What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. It's the 10th of May. We're at about $103.5 thousand, and it's a Saturday. It's a rather interesting Saturday. I think that there's going to be some stuff going on today that could dictate whether the price dumps over the weekend or pumps over the weekend. We've got Chinese and American officials meeting today to discuss de-escalating the trade war. In Geneva, Switzerland, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessonette and U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer meeting with China's Vice Premier He Lifeng. I don't know, He Lifeng, whatever. Anytime I read foreign names, I always switch to like how you would pronounce things in Spanish whenever I read, right? So if this was Spanish, it would be like He Lifeng or He Lifeng. I don't know how the G would get pronounced there in Spanish. Would it be an H or a G? But anyways, these talks are focused on de-escalation rather than a comprehensive trade deal. This is just buttering the bread. They're buttering the bread right now. And whether things go wrong today or well today with these talks, I'm assuming that this is still a step in the right direction, right? There's at least some kind of attempt here to reconcile things. And I think that things will be reconciled in time. I think everybody knows that in time they will. It doesn't matter if it happens next month. It doesn't matter if it happens next year. They will. But it would be nice if some kind of de-escalation happened. Whether it's they take 125% and they bring it down to 100% on both sides, or 50% or 80% or 30%, but whatever it might be. I'm sure there will be some de-escalating of the tariffs. And even if it goes wrong, I still think that everything's going to be fine. It might blow up the price action for a day, but I think that it'll be fine. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. And this is where that old saying, show me the charts and I'll tell you the news, comes in, right? We might not know. I mean, who knows? I don't know what conversations are being had now or have already been had. There might already be groundbreaking news right now, as I'm speaking, that both sides are dropping the tariffs completely, or dropping them very significantly. That would probably be good and reflect good things in the price. But the public might not know about that until after the price has moved up. So here's the deal. If you're curious to know what the news is, is there some kind of agreement that's been made in a positive light or a negative light? We will know by which direction the price goes. And I think over the last 2 days here, or I guess today and yesterday, why we've moved sideways is probably in anticipation of today. If things go good, up. If things go bad, down. You don't have to wait for the news. You'll already know. Show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. If we move up, odds are there's some insiders that will be made aware of this stuff and influence the market in their favor. Probably. Let's get away from the new stuff and focus more on the charts right now, okay? Looking at this here, looking at the 4-hour time frame here, I think that you're in a very good position. I think this looks ripe for continuation. It really does. I'm sure there are a lot of people right now who are expecting a pullback to prior resistance to continue growing because that makes sense. But did it work out last time? Nope, it did not. Did it work out the time before that? Nope, it did not. So this is the third time. Third time's a charm, but probably not in this instance. I think the reason why people are expecting pullbacks every step of the way is because it's been ingrained in you ever since like November. Every single time that we move up, we move down. We move up, we move down. We move up, we move down. Every single time, it's just how it is, man. We can't seem to catch a break. It's just how it is naturally, right? But the thing is, when Bitcoin's moving up, when it's actually moving up, it doesn't move down. It doesn't move down at all. It just keeps inching its way higher. Okay, that's kind of how it is. And there will be moments. Of course, there will be volatility. We're not going to make our way all the way up to 150, 170, $200,000 without some kind of volatility. I'm just thinking that right now, what's happening now, a lot of people assume that and assume correctly that pain needs to happen in the market for anything productive to happen, right? So right now, anybody who's waiting on the price to come down, they're assuming that there will be pain had to the downside. People will foam or panic sell, shake out, and then you'll be able to step in being the smart person and buying at prior areas of resistance and support. It's that pain that will cause people to sell and then allow you to buy at cheaper prices. But the reality is, I don't think this will cause the most pain in the markets right now. I think something like this, or to any degree down, will be a blessing to the markets. I think this is what people are wanting, are hoping for. I think there's people who have money on the sidelines, and if that's you, man, you know who you are, who are wishing, hoping, praying that there's some kind of pullback, any pullback. They'll take it. Get me back below 100K Bitcoin, please. I just want to buy. I'll never make the mistake of selling below 100K again. You shouldn't have done it in the first place. And I think that there's more pain to be had to the upside than there is to the downside. And that might sound kind of counterintuitive because it's like, how could there be any pain had to the upside? Everybody's going to be making money. Well, no, that's the thing, man. There's going to be a lot of people. I think there's a lot of people who are sidelined still. And if you are sidelined, if you have money that's sitting on the side, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I bet if you put money in right now, I bet you'd feel so good about it. I bet you would feel so good about it, man. If you've got any heartache or stress, or you just feel dumb because you haven't gotten into Bitcoin, it was so obvious I should have done. Oh, it was so obvious here. I was waiting for the pullback. Why didn't I just get in? If you just suck it up and buy right now, I bet you'll feel so good. It'll be like a weight is lifted off of you. I'm not even kidding. And that's how you know it's the right decision. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Do what's right for yourself. It is possible that something wrong could happen today with this trade discussion. And then that could cause a little shakeup. But again, even if that happens, even if you buy here and the price goes down, in a matter of days, in a matter of weeks, we're going to be up higher, right? If you just close your eyes for a month, we're going to be at higher prices. I don't think anybody in their right mind, I don't think a single soul would disagree that we've broken out of this downtrend and we are clearly in an uptrend and we're on our way to new all-time highs. This party doesn't stop until we're at new all-time highs, you guys. And when we get to new all-time highs, it's not just like a slight thing, right? Look at the weekly time frame. Let's just see here. Okay, so here, relative to this high in the consolidation phase right here, the next area that we consolidated at for over a month, we moved up. I guess let's go to the immediate move, maybe not the high of that move, but just like where the move ended, where we started to consolidate. That was a 40% difference there. From this high in that consolidation phase to the next high, that was a 50% difference, right, in that move there, 50% difference. From this one to that one, that's a 46% difference. You see the similarity, right? We got a nice little range there. So where are we going to stop on this next one? No, nobody knows. We're just going to guess though. But like, what about a 40% at a minimum? Because that's what we've seen. That's 153K. You know what I mean? Anybody who's expecting that this move, that we're going to go through a multi-month consolidation phase at anything that's less than really like $160,000, I think you're crazy. I think you're nuts. We're at 103.5 right now. There's so much growth to be had. If we literally draw this move, let's see, from a low to a high here, right up to, let's say 160, because I doubt we stop anywhere below 160. I really am expecting 170 to 180K. That's been the plan for a while now. If we look at this move and we take a line, we put it right here, you're not even halfway through this move yet. You can still get in on the early part. You know what I mean? It's fine. It's fine. And especially with altcoins too. We haven't really taken off with altcoins yet. You look at the BTC dominance, it's starting to come down. It's starting to come down, right? But this is just the beginning. This is only just the beginning. It's only just begun to dip. It's gonna dip some more. It really will. It really will. These things last for months. Every single time that it dumps, it's not a 1 month thing. It's not a 1.8% down thing. It's a significant thing. And I very much think that what we have here is a double top in the monthly RSI. Weekly RSI also has a double top right here and bearish divergence to boot. We're going down, guys. The dominance is going to go down. Anytime the dominance goes down for Bitcoin price goes up, crypto prices go up. The reason why the dominance goes down and Bitcoin price still goes up is it's going up, but other things are just going up more. We've got so much growth to go. We're nowhere near completion here, right? 40% puts us right there at about $155,000. But what if we see 46 or 50%, something like that? 46% might be 160K. 50% might be 165K. What if we see something bigger? What if, crazy concept here, but what if this move is the biggest move that we've seen this whole cycle, which I very much believe it will be. What if it's the biggest move this whole cycle and we see something that's a larger separation than anything that we've seen so far? And I could really see that happening. If we look at this here, from maybe not the low, but from where the move started, from this low to this high, that move, and maybe we can even take this high of the consolidation phase, that's a 55% move. You take this low to this high, it's a 58% move. You take, and this is just in the consolidation, so I'm not going to measure that move. This move started here, right, from a low to a high, and I'm not going to take that high there, but just like the move itself, 79%, 80% of a move right there. Low to high here. Do you notice the trend? They're getting bigger. It's getting bigger. I'm not going to take this low because that's not where the move started. I think the move started here to this high, sure. It's getting bigger. It's getting bigger every single move, right? This move here will likely be larger than 105%. If we see 105% growth, that takes us right to the same area that we just did on the other end, where we went from the top and up instead of the bottom and up. It literally agrees. It's the same thing. 105%, but we'll probably see something more than that. I wouldn't be surprised in the least if we stop somewhere around $170,000 to $180,000. That's the expectation. I really doubt that we stop at 160K, and I think this next move really will. The move that we're in right now, it's going to blow everybody out of the water. From a high to a low of last bull cycle high to the bear market low, our golden ratio is up here at about 173.8 thousand. I don't think we're going to make our way up to about 160 here and stop. I think we're going to complete the thought and go up here and probably even wick a little bit above there. 170, 180K is really what I'm feeling. It's early. It's not early. I guess it's late morning. If this move was one day, if this was a whole day, we're in the late morning. Early morning was back here, late morning's here. We're about to hit the afternoon, and then late afternoon, and then it'll be nighttime where the bulls might go to sleep. You know what I mean? For a little bit of time there. But we still got a lot of daytime left, if that makes sense, right? We got a lot of daylight left in this move. The weekly RSI is not even in the overbought zone. Whenever we get overbought, that's when the real magic happens. That's whenever things really seem to take off. And we are, at this point, days away. Next week, we will likely be in the overbought zone, if not the following week. So the end of May, or really the rest of May, I should say, is going to be phenomenal. I think it's going to be phenomenal from here on out. If we're looking at the daily time from here, daily RSI is strong. It's super strong. You saw a higher reading here, and it's very possible, because we are in the overbought zone, it's very possible that we could pull back, and this is where, maybe we get some negative news on this, and we see a little turbulence today or tomorrow, and then over the week we start to recover, maybe. But it really wouldn't surprise me if we continue to run up from here. Let's see if we've got any examples of that. I don't know. It's not so common, I will say, it's not so common whenever you find resistance in the overbought zone to turn around and move up, but you do it at times. And I think that's what's going to happen here. I don't think that we're running to new all-time highs today, tomorrow. That'd be great if we were. I would love to be wrong about that. But my expectation would be, from a high to a low, we probably move up just a little bit more. Man, we stopped right there at the 886. That's beautiful. We probably do move up just a little bit more. We press all-time highs, and then from there, that's whenever we start to consolidate a little bit more, and then we really get running. Maybe sometime next week or the week after. I don't know. So over the coming days, a little bit of a push-up. Over the coming week, a little bit of a consolidation phase, and then over the next week, ripping up higher, going into the end of the month, seeing new all-time highs. We'll probably end this month at about $130,000 to $140,000. That's the expectation, somewhere in this little zone here by the end of May. Yes. If we're looking at the 4-hour time frame, going back down here, looking at the 4-hour, I like the RSI. You got overbought. You found resistance at a common area to find resistance. You're back at the overbought zone to find support and potentially run up higher. I think that'd be a really good look. You've got a bit of a flat top here with ascending lows, very tight structure. A good bit of volume. For a Saturday, that's actually a good bit of volume. If we go back to last Saturday, look at the volume here, Saturday and Sunday. You see this dip in the volume where it's just absent? That was last weekend. There's a lot of volume going on today, guys. It's kind of interesting, right? Why might that be happening, I wonder? Saturday here. Do you see this dip in volume? It's no mistake, right? I wonder what this dip in volume was. Oh, Saturday there. You know what I mean? But this is the first Saturday that we got a lot of volume here. If we got a lot of volume and we're at the top, but we're not dropping down, I don't know, man. I think that, and it's not a lot of volume. It's not like we're increasing in volume. If this volume was increasing and we weren't going anywhere, I'd be scared. But the fact that we're consolidating with decent volume, even if it is decreasing, but it's still decent volume, nothing compared to what we've seen on our prior like 3 Saturdays now, or 3 weekends. This could be good. This could be a signal that things are loading up and that we're ready to go, guys. I think there are a lot of people who are hoping the price goes down, and it's simply because of that I believe it won't, and it will continue growing. But we'll see how it goes. I'm expecting some big things. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. It really wouldn't surprise me if by the end of today or at some point tomorrow, we saw Bitcoin kick it up a notch and probably return to our all-time high area around $109,000. I just don't think that we'll break through it on the first attempt, but sometime next week, if not the following week, we will. I got nothing else to say. I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. And again, you don't have to wait for the headlines to tell you if it's good news or bad news. Just wait to see what the price says. If it's bad news, the price will move down. If it's good news, the price will move up. And you'll be able to know that before you ever read any headlines. So yeah, take care. Bye-bye. See you on the next